Hello, Rosie Hardy here. I'm always getting asked, what do I do with my Gaura so that I can keep them perennial and have them looking good in the following season? What you have to remember is with Gaura, with something like this, which is Gaura Rosy Jane, that they grow up from the base like this, grow up into their beautiful long flowering stems here, and this is a fabulous form with the beautiful pickety edge to the lovely flower there. It was the first of the ones which has a colour break. Before this they were always a blank, either totally white or totally pink. This one bucked the trend and was one which got this lovely pink pickety edge and the white centre to it. Now they make a lovely base here. They're strong stems. This is what people like about them. They're willowy, they just float around. And if you remember, in the middle of the summer you can trim those back down and you can then have a slightly more compact plant like this going through to the end of the season. And it's the end of the season. What do I do with it? What am I supposed to do? And the one thing I will say is, do not cut it down to ground level. What you have to do is you go to your plant and you take all of the flowering stems like so, and you have a look and you see where the last of the flower is, and you then cut it right the way across and you get rid of the flowering stems. You have now reduced it by half height. That is how you leave it all through the winter. Then when you get to around about, I don't know, end of February, beginning of March, people start to go out into their gardens looking to see what's growing, what is coming back. And what people forget is, at that time of the year, this looks like a load of twigs, because this is a deciduous plant. It's going to lose all of this foliage. All you're going to be left with are these sticks. And it does not regrow from these. It is a herbaceous perennial. Therefore, it regrows from below ground level. So what you do then, once you see it in about end of February, beginning of March, then you cut it down to as low as you feel like. And you go down to around about this height. That is somewhere between 7-8 centimeters high. You're left with a clump. You can't see it. And then, hey presto, end of April, beginning of May, it starts to grow from below ground level. It is a perennial that will live probably 5-6 years if you treat it like that. You can leave all of the growth up like this, but if you do that, it's going to look a lot more untidy and it will mean a lot more growth coming, and it might also encourage it to just try and keep on flowering, which then takes the energy out of the plant. So it really is a better bet to just go neat and tidy round the whole plant, getting rid of all of that flower and ending up with your plant that looks like that to overwinter. Then into the spring, April time, it gets cut down to this level, and then it will start to regrow at a much better rate, a much better plant, and you will end up with a plant that looks a lot like this all the way through the summer with these beautiful pink and white flowers. Gaura Rosy Jane.